Yeah.
viewers, so to say.
Ah, that's fine. I do record the session, so if anyone does wish to watch it, they can.
Yes.
May we begin?
Yes, we shall
Right.
begin. We'll do a small recap of what happened last time. You did a little bit of training with Captain Eversong. You were challenged to a duel, and the stakes were to get a weekend pass at the Metal of Man, which is very soon, which is today. You battled. Well, you had to go deal with some rust monsters, and you came across a iron golem thing, and half of you almost died. Some of you took great injury.
Whoa.
Some of you were practically unscathed.
The coward always lives.
You fucking bitch.
You like the rest of the week. Many of you are spent in the hospital, resting.
2 of us.
2 of you, and the other 2 are spent doing whatever it is that they do, probably milling around and
Most
exploring
likely.
the
Tinkering
black
with my
pool,
gear.
tinkering, just taking
Trying
some time
to-
off.
Trying to capture a personal pet crypto buyout.
You tried for many hours, but you were unsuccessful. But you
This is
feel
very sad.
you feel a bit more dexterous though.
Use a cup.
Get a net.
You know, I probably wouldn't have thought of that.
Intelligence.
I just like see you trying to grab it. It's just like
Intelligence.
Oh damn.
She just throws the cup at the creature. Anyway.
Yeah.
face pump.
It's Saturday. There's probably some fancy name for it, like Sanford Day or something like that, but it's Saturday.
Saturnius or something.
Okay.
Exactly.
We are fine with Saturday.
Yes, it's the weekend, and you're both in the hospital, but you're getting ready to get out. You get dressed. You still feel a bit short of breath a lot of the time because of your injury, but you can walk and stuff like that. Aurora, he is a bit worse. During the night, somebody came in and gave him like a little injection, presumably something to help him. And yeah, the next day he still is wearing like an arm cast for his fucking broken arm, and he still needs to occasionally take a break to breathe from walking or talking. And yes, you all emerge outside of the dorms, and you see Captain Eversong. He walks up to you. He's looking a bit better now. He still has like a bit of a crooked nose, a beak, and he's still missing one of his wings, but he's no longer in his arm cast or anything. So, and he approaches you with 2 servants or 2 random people, and they're holding some equipment. They're holding some civilian clothes. He goes up to you.
Good morning, sir.
What are these?
These are some civilian clothes that you'll be wearing. It's not mandatory, but it's appreciated.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll do the clove look.
Pretty simple. I don't know, like a white shirt cloth. Casual clothing that's not very well. It's okay. It's nothing expensive.
It's like alright clothes.
If you're unhappy with the clothing that you were provided, you have every right to buy whatever you want in the Metal of Man. There are plenty of stores to accommodate. The servants hand you each a set of clothing, and Eversong hands each of you a small pouch of money.
Ooh.
What is this?
It is a little bit of spending money that you can take with you. Do not think that this is a charity, however. This will be deducted from your earnings.
Oh,
Okay. I don't know what that means.
A few more things. You are unpermitted to take any weaponry with you. This includes your pile of scrap, Mitchie.
Oh. Well, you may call it scrap. I call it beautiful inventions, but I'll go along with your rules. I'll leave them here.
There are reasons for these rules.
Yes, I suppose we have to look decent, Mitchie.
Yes, I understand. I'll go
Yes.
put all the bits away then.
He hands you each a pass to get into the Battle of Man, and he he tells you to refrain from causing trouble.
Of course.
What else did I? Da-da-da.
How much money?
20 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh, yes.
I'm rich.
You'll be staying at the Mean Eel Inn. If you get lost, you can ask a guard around. There are plenty around there.
Is it
I
prepaid,
think-
or do we have to pay up?
It is all prepaid. It's all a part of your pass. Just keep it upon you. You will not have any problems.
Thank you.
Upon entering, you will be entered into a checkpoint. There you will be examined. Make sure you're not carrying anything that you shouldn't be. Make sure you're clean and tidy for when you go in there. Don't want to set a bad example. Many arrive at the Metal of Man, of all nationality, nobility, you name it. Very well.
It'll be a very nice place.
I will see you off.
Okey
Except
dokey.
for you, Aurora. And
What?
Aurora looks a bit, not confused, but he has his attention. I would like to speak to you, Aurora. And Aurora looks at him and says, "May I ask for what?" And the captain replies, "There was something strange about your weapon. I would prefer it if we discussed it in private." Very well. And they begin to walk off, and Eversong looks back and says, "Head on, and I'll send him through the checkpoint once we're done."
Oh, all right.
Yes, sir.
See you, Captain.
Have a pleasant trip.
Later. I
Yeah.
think he's in trouble.
He'll be fine, probably. But anyway, we should probably get all our stuff packed up and leave all
I
of
don't
it.
have anything to pack up.
Well, then, you're already packed up.
You have to be dressed nicely.
Oh, yeah, I had to get dressed and all that.
I like take the shirt that was handed to me, and I just kind of like just slip out the like the trench coat and then right into the shirt on the spot.
Is this in public?
No,
I
we
mean,
want to dress you properly. Let's
just
go.
just like gets out and right into another piece of clothing, you know,
Yes.
swift and efficient.
I would
Not do. Help me.
I'd have my clothes on, but over on top of them, I would still have my weird scrap metal armor.
I'm.
God damn it!
What?
Would they let
I
you
can't
in?
say anything, but yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I don't know. I just want to still like keep like the cool goblin aesthetic,
Mm-hmm.
but also have
Alright.
like nice fancy clothes underneath.
Very well.
I mean, I guess that's
You
logical.
take some time to get dressed, and some of you might clean yourself up. And
Yeah, I
you...
do clean myself up
Yes,
after the
I
hospital.
don't.
of course.
Change properly, and instead of the blue jacket, I've got. I put on my gray jacket,
Mhm.
my regular jacket, and I leave all the armor and weapons behind.
Mhm. Very good.
Yeah, same, I leave all weapons and all that.
Yes, and you Hatsu?
I think other than what I just described, Atsu doesn't do anything else before heading off to the Medal of Man.
Very well. You all head south to the gate. You are greeted by guards. I assume you hand them your passes, and they show
I
you
take a
through.
second, but I do realize
They ask you, "Do you have your pass?" And
I don't know.
Yep, here it is.
I
Oh,
present.
one of those. Yeah, I have one.
very good. Keep it upon you. It's very important. Come this way. And they, one of the guards takes you in. It's very similar to how you first came in with the tents, but they take you in. It's not just one wall. It's like multiple segments. Like imagine the wall is about like a house thick. This is not a small wall, and there's many corridors to it. It's effectively you're going to a maze right now. And they take you through. They take you to examining rooms where they do various tests upon you. Again, they draw some blood. They will measure your height. They'll weigh you. They'll take some of your hair. They'll.
This is all very disturbing. I
Yes.
feel awkward.
It's not pleasant, but it's necessary.
I wouldn't needle.
Do they ask to undress?
Yes.
Oh god.
Uh-huh. They do all sorts of tests on you to make sure there's nothing like no parasites today. Very good. You know. But they're very what's the word? Intense about it. Like what's the word?
Like thorough.
Yes, thorough. Thank you. They're very thorough about it, and you know they make sure to check everywhere. Eventually, once that's done, they get you dressed again, and yeah, they send you on through. Eventually, you make it into the Metal of Man, and you see it. It's completely different from what the Black Pool is. The Black Pool is. It smells, it's dirty, and there's mana worms everywhere, mana maggots. But as soon as you enter the Mantle of Man, it smells flowery. You can see there are green plants and stuff like that. People have planted around, hanging upon buildings and stuff. The air smells cleaner and more fragrant. There's no mana maggots. They're just evicted from here. The sky is still grey. It's still the same sky. You can't change that much, but it just feels less oppressive. It feels brighter. It doesn't feel as dark and gloomy. You see people running around, being cheerful, being kind, being fun. Just you do see some guards dressed like you've seen before, wandering around. Some people might be taking prisoners away, people causing trouble or whatever. By the way, while you, Michi, while in your examination, they looked upon your armor and they said, "I'm sorry, sir, but you cannot take this with you. It's against protocol."
Oh, why not?
Well, you see, it's spiky and threatening, and if you're not a part of the guards, it's no point.
Yeah, I can see problems with that.
Yes.
All right. Just make sure you put it back in my dorm room then.
You can collect it when you come back through. If you come back
alright.
through, we shall place it in the lost and found until then.
What do you mean if?
Well, do not cause any trouble. It shall be no problem.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep my nose clean. Don't you worry about that.
Yes, goblin. I will keep that in mind. Anyway, back in the Metal of Man, you see this vast new world.
Is there any grass?
Hold on, what was that, Bard? I mean, smaller?
There in front of the this little things where people come from. Where's Aurora? Has he arrived?
He has not arrived yet.
Should we wait for him?
Hey, he might be a while. Depending on what the captain wants to talk to him about. Maybe we should do a wee bit of exploring, or probably go to the inn we were supposed to go to.
Probably. But I am a little bit worried. It was rather sudden.
It's probably nothing really.
Do you really think so?
Well, no, but you always have to pretend, or at least think it's gonna be good.
Fake it till you make it. And I start walking.
Uh, damn no.
Grass, yes or no?
There are small patches of grass that are like parks. There are small parks you see around.
Hatsu is ecstatic. Oh my god, you have grass in here.
Yeah, that's a park.
It's grass. Didn't know they had grass here.
Well, I expect grass to be in a park.
Are there any signs, like, like maps, directions, where you can see where you are and maybe choose a couple of spots to venture to?
You do see some signposts around, maybe some bulletin boards and stuff like that, that do point you to various locations like clothing stores, markets, bakeries, baths, parks, chapel.
A chapel?
Apple.
Well, I
What?
haven't gone to one here. What is a chapel?
I mean, if people were trying it.
I guess.
I'd like to have a look at it.
Very well. You notice about the buildings, the stone that it's made out of is not as dark as it is with the walls and stuff. It's way less oppressive. It's like it's probably the same brick, but it's just been painted white and stuff like that. Many of the places are sort of alleyways. Like Diagon Alley. It's a lot like that. Very high up, very tall, but narrow as well, but cozy, not oppressive in any way. Sometimes a bit cramped, but people make way. Something you do notice about this place is that it is a bit overcrowded a bit sometimes, but it's a Saturday. Many people have come from various parts of the Bulwark to this place, so makes sense.
But is it a functioning chapel, or is it just a building, like...
You arrive at the chapel, and you see that it doesn't look like it's inherently open. Like, you see children running around, and you see like an old lady sat out front, and it doesn't quite look like people come here very often. It looks more like it's an orphanage now.
Okay. I'd like to enter.
You enter, and well, as you're going in, the lady smiles to you, and you head in. You see, a bunch of bedrooms and stuff like that have been set up, and it's been converted into like an orphanage or a nursery or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Very many young kids are running around of various different races.
Mm-hmm. And are there any frescoes on the ceiling or walls, or any signs, any any depictions of to whom this chapel belonged, like to which god?
Mm-hmm. Yes. You can see that reading around and looking at the things, you see that this was in fact dedicated to the deity Pelor, the god of sun and healing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How do you spell it? Kior?
Pelor? Like, hang on, let me type it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. God of sun and healing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Pilo, I thought you said Hilo.
That would make more sense, but no.
It would, but it's already close, so.
Okay. That is most interesting. Anything left from the olden days, like maybe an altar or...
The altar is still there. It's just there's like a sheet over it.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to move
Hmm?
closer. I'd
Hmm.
like to move closer.
Yeah, you head closer to it. You can't quite see it, it's over a sheet, but the old lady comes in and she asks you, "Can I help you?"
Oh, I'm sorry. I can now see this chapel has been converted.
Yes.
What is it? What kind of establishment it is now?
Well, it's a type of orphanage, I would say. Many of the youngins have lost their parents, and they are with no one there to watch them. I do it myself.
This is very kind of you.
Thank you.
How long has it been since
Since?
since this chapel was turned into a nursery?
Oh, it's it's been many years from now. Oh, many years. It was my father's and his father's.
So your father was a priest of Bello.
Yes, he highly believed in
Hmm.
religion, and yes, this chapel was, well, I don't quite remember the story myself, but the legendary lightning witch, the one that created the bulwark, she was not very religious herself, but she saw it to be fitting to make a chapel in dedication to one of the people that gave their lives to end the tyranny of the creature.
Hmm.
So I believe that this chapel was built in dedication of him.
And I'm sorry. I come from far away. I am not local. So, would you mind to elaborate? This legendary lightning.
Oh, yes, surely you've heard of her. She's the one that had the bulwark established. She was a magnificent woman, I heard, many years ago. But I believe she sent them upon their journey, which they sadly never returned. But we believe that they were successful.
Oh, that is most interesting. And are there any other places of worship in the city?
I'm afraid I don't know. I do not think so. There was not much religion in the Arakocra's heart, and she was very hesitant to even have this established, I would believe.
This is most disappointing.
I'm terribly sorry. Are you a religious person as well?
No, I am not religious.
Not many
However,
people are these days.
I find it important to have something to cling to when you are feeling desperate. Never mind. I take my pouch and I give her 5 gold.
Oh,
This is for you and your kids.
thank you.
This is not much, but so far it's what I can do.
It's really not necessary, but thank you.
Well, have a good day.
As to you. As you exit the building, you see
Yep.
Aurora. He's standing outside of the building, and he's sort of looking at the chapel longingly.
Mm-hmm. I come closer.
he notices you, and he's like, it's like he's out of a trance. Like he remembers where he is.
What is it?
Nothing.
The place seems familiar.
Not as such.
Are you feeling better?
Not particularly. That fight has done quite a number upon me, I feel.
I can see that. What did Captain want to talk to you about? If it's not crying.
No, he wished to know what happened to my weapon. He found strange burns upon it. I do not know what he spoke of. The fight was rather chaotic. I told him perhaps it was created by the lightning.
I wish I had seen it.
I wish I had seen it myself.
Why did he ask you?
It was my weapon.
We had another team member who was conscious at the moment.
We did.
Let's join in.
Yeah, I raise my hand.
I just point to him.
Huh.
Oh,
I'm not very good at high voices. I'm sorry.
alright.
It's fine.
Okay, female.
It wouldn't have mattered anyway, even if you did like a really feminine voice. Grunt would be like, him.
I just
It
point,
would probably help though.
Eh.
I just
Anyway.
point to her.
Yes.
So, did you see Hatsu? Did you see the weapon?
Well, it was weird because he woke up, I think, and did something before the lightning happened.
You must be mistaken.
But you moved your hand. And you did
His
something.
hand? And he moves his
Yeah.
arm in a cast.
Which cast?
It's the left one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that one. You moved it.
Oh no, his right arm is in a cast because that was the one holding the gun. So,
It was whichever the one he moved is the one I point to. I don't remember exactly which one it was.
oh. Does it
This-
matter?
Well, it
Oh.
does.
Why?
Because it would be useful to know what we have got among us to survive in Bulwark.
Do you find me suspicious?
Of course I do.
If you see me as a threat or a nuisance, I believe I could possibly have it arranged to leave.
I see you staring at me much more often than I generally prefer.
I apologize.
It is all right. Many people stare. I just would like to have some sort of explanation.
Well, you are not all that non-suspicious yourself.
There is nothing suspicious about me, sir.
Well, you've got that weird.
Weird what?
You've got that weird mechanical sword that lights up for some reason. I have no idea how that works. I've been thinking about it.
I
All the wires inside that activate little tiny lights.
Well, I inherited this sword. I have no idea how to.
Ah,
I was
right.
taught to use it.
I might, if you'd let me, take it apart and maybe have a look at it. See how it works. See what makes it tick.
Hmm.
I look at the sword of like awe because it's like how small are the mechanics inside that sword to make it light up? How
I
does it light up?
think it's a mechanical issue.
Hey, you told me it was when we were down in the sewer.
Well, I did. That's what I always do.
It's
I
a
mean,
spell,
that's-
isn't it?
Perhaps it's a some sort of enchantment on it.
Oh, wait,
I've seen it before. It's a
I
spell.
kind of like whispers. It's like, but we're not supposed to bring any magical items into here.
Well, it does not ring any alarms, so I am not aware of how it functions. I am, unfortunately, or fortunately, not an enchanter.
Aurora
Of
steps a bit closer to you, and he asks you, "What other magic do you know?"
I did know a few tricks.
Such as?
Perhaps it's not the best time to talk about it here.
And you
Yeah.
speak of me
Yes,
being
maybe-
suspicious.
Maybe we should go to our room.
Oh yeah, we got rooms in the inn. We should probably go there.
Steps
Relax
away.
for a bit. Maybe in an actual comfy bed instead of just a pile of straw on a wooden board.
Agreed, that would be nice.
That bed was comfortable.
I've slept in worse.
What I mean, Aurora, is we could trade secrets, perhaps.
So you do have secrets of your own.
Well, everybody's got secrets.
Everyone's got them.
Yes. But some are darker than others.
Yeah, some of you like to keep behind closed doors, usually bolted shut.
Oh. How about we'll have a drink and discuss it?
Now you're speaking my bloody language. Let's get a drink. Need some fire in the stomach.
I'd like to make an insight check on Aurora.
What are you trying to tell?
I'm trying to discern, like he said, like dark secrets and stuff. Whether he's the one to have an evil secret, something. Because like I've got this ability of mine, which is divine sense, which does not work anymore. But it allows me to understand whether the person is like detect good or evil. So, like with my insight check, I'd like to try and to guess whether he has an evil intent behind his asking questions.
Yes. Do an insight check.
Okay, that's +4, and that makes it 15 + 4, 19.
It feels like when you're talking to Aurora that you're effectively talking to a poker-faced brick wall. He rarely distinguishes like any emotions upon his face. You don't feel that there's any malice behind his words. He's just curious about you.
Okay.
But you feel like even if he could do you harm, even if he wanted to do you harm, he just couldn't.
All right. So, is there a place somewhere where we could have a nice drink?
Yeah, we're going to the inn that we were told to go to. The
But like, the inn does not necessarily mean that there would be a nice place to drink.
And you know, might be a great place.
All right.
Not necessarily, but
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't know.
When I think of an inn, I think of a, like, drinks and a place to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, anyway, we'll try and find the inn where we've been prepaid for.
Yeah.
You set on to find this inn. Before you leave, Aurora takes one look back at the chapel a bit longingly and follows suit from behind. You go looking for this inn. Eventually, you find it after like 20 minutes. It's not particularly hard. It doesn't seem in a particularly favorable position. It's in a very cramped part of the city. It's dirty windows, nothing particularly special. Do you enter?
Well, of
Of course
course.
we do.
Who enters first?
I do.
You step in.
I'll
and-
enter second.
Yes. You step in and it feels rather dusty in here. There's like hardly any light in here as well. It's dark and dirty. I would say that you actually use like you have with your pass. You have like a key to your room, and that's like the inn basically. You have access to your own little summer home thing where immediately you enter to like this crappy living room where there's like a table and some chairs. The windows haven't been cleaned for a while. This looks like bomb barrel home. There are some bedrooms, little areas for various things, but it's not particularly nice. It's quite dirty.
Well, Mitchie, I think the dreams of the nice bad will remain dreams.
Well, at least it's better what we were currently sleeping in.
Hello? Anyone?
Oi!
Don't think there's anybody.
Anyone there? Like-
There's no reply.
Place feels like it's abandoned.
I carefully walk in, like, deeper in the room. Is there like some sort of reception or maybe like anything?
No, like you basically just walk into like your apartment sort of thing.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess that is our place for the night.
Looks like it. DM, how are the beds looking like?
Entering the bedroom, you see that it's about as good as like a a mattress with a sheet on. It's not that much different from your regular accommodations. Your regular accommodations are just some garbage on a bed. But this is like slightly better. You don't. There's no pillow on the bed, sadly. It's a bit miserable, but it's a change of scenery.
Oh yeah, I hop onto like the bed and I like kind of like sprawl out as I tend to do.
Jumping on the bed, do a dexterity check.
It's gonna
Oh my
fucking fall apart, isn't it?
Do a dexterity check.
14.
Oh no.
Jumping onto the bed, you hear like one of the bed like underneath there's the wooden parts and you feel like one of them breaks. And yeah, you just sprawl out on your bed. You feel well. Actually, do a no, it's fine. We'll leave it for now. But yeah, you sprawl out.
I kind of sprawl out but stay in like the same position and look towards everyone and say, I think I'm heavier than I'm used to.
No, I just think the bed is really old.
Oh, okay.
Can't really handle it.
That's better.
Shall we go and look for a place to spend the time?
I guess. Doesn't
Yeah.
really look like there's anybody manning the bar in this one. There's
No.
really not much anybody here.
It would be nice to have some decent food, which actually has flavor.
Oh, yes, of course. We're not used to
Mhm. So do you leave?
We do.
Very good. Where do you go? Do you just explore the neighboring area?
Yes,
Yeah.
we try and find a bar or something.
Yes. While you
Mhm.
guys explore, talk to among each other because I'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
I mean, like, give people an opportunity to explore a new city, and they will look for a bar.
I mean, that's the first place to start. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to get drunk.
I mean, yeah. Who
Too
doesn't?
early. It's we
Also,
have
there might be gambling.
evening. Like right now, we're having like a nice meal and maybe one glass of cider.
No, big mug of beer. Like
Yeah, and then we go for a walk. We go like to find a park for Hatsu, and maybe a shop for you where you can buy some sort of tool.
Ooh, fancy.
Haven't you thought about that?
Yeah, but that's in like the factory district. That's in the it's the other one Stanley mentioned where it's like
The other one.
yeah, it's all industry. I really want to go to that one where all like the industry where they make everything.
It's like the place for you.
Yeah, because that's where like the machines and all the factories are.
Well,
Literally be more interested in that.
as far as I gather, if we serve well, they might give you a chance to switch to another department.
Ooh, wouldn't mind going to the fancy factory.
Have you
Yeah,
guys
that's usually
seen?
how ranking works.
They have grass. It's beautiful. I didn't think they still had it here.
I'm back.
I just imagine like you're just you jump into like a fight or something.
I mean, it's
like
like,
they have a
dude,
pool.
holy shit, grass.
Yeah.
Very well. You explore around. What is your passive perception, Smolder?
Oh, goodness. Let me see. It's not high. It's 12. It's not Bryce.
And what about you, Hatsu?
12.
And you, Michi? I need to ask.
12.
Universal 12.
12
Nice.
grand.
Interesting. I wonder what Aurora's is.
It's probably like 80 something.
11.
12? Oh,
Damn, even fucking worse.
poor bastard. He got everything in charisma or intelligence, I bet.
He's bad at everything.
Everything. Yes.
About what I expect.
Feeble body. But yes. Did the music die? Is it just really quiet? This is
Yeah.
quiet.
Music's on.
But yes, you go around for a bit. Smolder, do you want to try and look for that lightning rider?
I would, actually. If there are any patrols looking, similar to description I got at the hospital.
Do a perception check.
Oh god, this is gonna be bad. Let me see. Perception +2, it's not too bad. I'm not joking. 18 + 2, 20.
Okay. Down the street, you think you see two people walking. One of them you faintly think you recognize. You were effectively... Well, you were unconscious, but... You might have gotten a glimpse or two of what the person might have looked like, and you think you see them. One of them looks a lot like what you thought. It's very dark feathers, pitch black. They're wearing like a small vest thing that lets them have lots of maneuverability. They're wearing some simple shorts with some sandals.
Yeah. I nudge Hatsu.
Yeah.
Does it fit the description of the person who helped us?
Do they?
Do they?
Do they?
I guess. They have their hair isn't tied back with a bandana. It's just hanging over their face. They're walking next to a very bulky Arakocra. He's wearing similar outfit, but they appear to be both in casual wear, and they're kind of just looking around, looking at shops, looking at clothing stores.
Shall we at least say thank you?
Well, I don't see why not.
So if that was
No
them,
appreciation for
okay.
We
seeing us.
yeah, then we will head to the person to greet and say thank you.
Mm-hmm. You head over to them, and you hear like the female say, "Oh, Root, don't you think this looks wonderful upon me?" And he's just standing there, just saying nothing.
He's not
He
having.
looks bored as fuck,
Oh,
He's not having any of this.
and he notices you all approaching.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Oh. Hello. Can I help you?
Yes, we would actually like to speak to your friend here. If it's not a convenience to you.
He like calls over the other person, and he's like, "Hey, Belle, these guys want to talk to you."
What's her name was again?
Belle.
Belle. Oh,
That's what he says.
Okay.
And she kind of skips over. Hello.
Hello, and excuse us for intervening, but we were wondering if you were the one who helped us down in the bulwark with the golem.
Yes, down by the Blackpool. Yes.
Yes, we just wanted to say thank you for your help. We
Huh.
would have been dead without your...
Well, you're welcome. It was no problem. I do wish they would take better care decommissioning those sort of things when they come in. But I guess with so much going in, it takes a lot of time. Well, it was no problem on my part. I was visiting my father.
Oh,
Are you staying here?
for the night and tomorrow.
Where are you staying?
Mean Ill Inn.
She looks over to the guy, and you can see that she's trying to stop herself from grinning,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
she looks back at you. The mean eel, the mean eel, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
And why are you staying there?
Well, Commander said it was prepaid, and he would rather we stayed there.
Well, your commander sounds like an idiot. You should stay at our place. We're not staying there tonight. We have business to attend to, but you're more than welcome to stay. It's far better than the mean eel. It's
Oh, well, That's
Uh,
very
like,
kind of you.
I'd like to inside her. Is she, like, fucking with us?
You can do an insight, yes.
Yeah, okay. Fuck these dice. 22.
Fuck this dice, 22. Okay.
Guys, like, I rolled badly yesterday.
Mm.
Oh, not yesterday, this morning. Like, it was all 8s and 4s.
Well, it's just like, oh, okay.
You can tell that,
Bipolar
like,
dice.
she feels bad for you, because, like, she kind of feels nostalgic that she probably had to go through the similar thing.
Okay.
But it feels genuine. That she genuinely like thinks you all are like pleasant. That you're cute.
Mm-hmm. That is very kind of you. Well, perhaps we could at least invite you for a drink.
I'm not so sure. We have to get to work soon, but I would like a rain check. Maybe tomorrow night. You're staying for the weekend, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Of course. Very well. It's a date. We say tomorrow night at the. What do you think, Root? She looks at him and is like, I do quite enjoy the Brown Bear. They have fine ale. So be it. We will meet you at the Brown Bear. It's a bit more south, but it's far more pleasant.
Alright. Well, we'll do our best. And we'll meet you there.
It's a date.
It is.
Her and him run off.
Say yes.
Did they tell us, like, where do they live so we could go and stay?
Oh!
Wait, did anybody catch what they left?
Okay, so they just about before they leave, they begin like flapping the rings a bit. Well, no, they would just walk anyway. But yeah, before they leave. Oh yeah, we didn't tell you about where we live.
Go rob us.
Yes, we stay. We don't live that far from the Brown Bear. It is as well south. It's a nice place. It is called Silk Song.
Could you spell it please in the chat?
Yes. Silk Song. And
Silk Song?
Silk Song.
Okay.
It's. I think you'll find it to your accommodations, to your preferences.
Well, thank you.
It is of no problem. Yes.
Oh wow, she's hot.
She, she walks away with her friend, and they presumably head off to work or wherever they may go.
Okay.
Yes. What do you guys do?
Well, we could probably go and have a look at the place that we're going to be staying at. Or we can have a little bit of going around doing some shopping.
We could, and I thought we were planning on having dinner somewhere, so we could probably check the prices as well at the Brown Bear.
That would be good.
I wouldn't like to be not be able to pay for a drink.
See when Sombra and Belle were talking?
Sombra? What?
Sombra?
I think it was Root.
It was
No?
Root and Bell.
Yeah.
No.
Root and Belle.
I forgot the name of like Bod's character.
Oh,
Small guy,
Smolder.
Smolder.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Smolder and
It's in the channel.
I know.
it's in the chat.
I know.
It's okay.
It's okay. Anyway, what are you saying?
Okay.
But yeah, when they were talking, did I see them like? Did I see Smolder like blush or anything
I highly doubt it.
while they were talking to them?
That it's Smolder?
I don't know. Let me roll for it.
Like, how capable is your character of emotions?
I did not blush.
Yeah.
No, fair point.
You seriously doubt I can even, you know.
There are very few emotions that Smolder has emitted.
Hmm.
But yes.
Shall we go?
Yeah, let's go.
Heading
Yeah.
south.
Yeah.
You know, you pass various places, and it's just this place. It makes you forget that you're in the middle of a horrible wasteland. You know, it distracts you, and you feel safe for once. You know, nothing here reminds you of the outside world. Really, it feels like an escape. As you head south, you eventually come to a much more lavish place, much more luxury. You know, the buildings are brighter, the glass is far more cleaner, and the buildings just look far more maintained. And where do you head to first? Do you go to Silk Song or do you go to the Brown Bear?
Well, like while we're walking, can we have a look around for maybe parks or gardens? So Hatsu could have, you know, a look and maybe a rest there because he seems to like the green. She. Oh, sorry. She like the green.
Yes.
The greenery.
You do come across, you know, a rather big park area, you know, where there's actual green trees that have apples, people having a picnic, you know, people just living their lives.
Wouldn't it be a good idea if we bought something and had a picnic? It seems very nice.
It would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be very nice.
Can we do that?
Yeah, sure, we could probably do that.
Is there a place we could buy some food?
Yeah, there's a market nearby that has like various fruits and of the sorts.
Okay. Then we'll go and buy some food there instead of the bear.
You how much do you spend roughly?
How expensive is food? Like, I mean, you know, like say if we buy some bread and cheese, like some apples, maybe a bottle of I don't know. Do we drink at all? Because I don't think I do.
And they don't set the alcohol doesn't grow off trees.
Well, maybe some juice, like I don't know, something
Yes, like apple juice.
Yeah, like simple
Some
meal.
Well, you do find that the alcohol is far cheaper than the fruits and bread and stuff like that. Bread is not expensive, but stuff that wouldn't be easy to grow in these lands would be quite expensive. Because it would have to be imported, wouldn't it? For the most part.
Okay.
So, yes. Yeah, you get like a healthy picnic, but like how much do you spend roughly, do you think? Say like...
Because like a day of sustenance at the inn is, I think, it's 5 silver or something by the books.
Due to inflation, I would say about 10 silver, so 1 gold coin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we all sort of chip in, then we could like buy something.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing.
I think it's 2 to 3 gold would be okay. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll say 3 gold to compensate for like inflation.
Like maybe we should make some easier to divide by 4, so we could remove the equal amount of money from the character sheets.
Oh, well, one of like each of you just remove one piece of gold, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep it simple, keep it short.
Aurora doesn't really like ask for anything. He's just
Is
there.
Is there any meaty products?
Yeah, you can find like a stall, like a deli sort of thing, where they have some schmeat.
Delicious.
What?
He's don't fucking refer to it as
Sorry.
Shmee.
Sorry, force of habit. Anywho, do you go to the deli place and get anything?
Yeah.
Yes, I find a lovely, some ham, some nice cooked ham.
Is the ham alive?
No, it's not. It's already cooked.
Hopefully.
This is shocking and disappointing.
Yeah, it's like cooked and all that.
Well, you have to try new things in life.
I have kind of a disgusted expression.
It's like one of those like spit roasts, where it's like there's like the big pig on the spit roast that gets turned around, and he just like cuts off meat off that. That's what I'm imagining.
Sure, if
Yeah.
you wish.
It's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's not how that works, but I get where you're going.
it's fine. You want that kebab meat? It's okay.
Yeah, kebab.
Kebab meat.
Okay, so we collect this food and we go to the park to sit down and have a lunch.
Yes. So
Yes.
you sit down, and it's peaceful, it's calm, and it's delightful. You all sit down on the grass. It's maybe a bit damp. You bought a blanket with stuff like that. You come to sit down on just something nice. And yeah, I wish I had a nicer song.
I stroke the grass. It's so it's been so long since I've seen grass.
I smell the grass. Does the grass
nice.
smell good?
Yes.
Yes,
No?
it smells like grass. You rub your face on it and you get a good old whiff. It's nice.
Hatsu looks a lot more happy than usual.
The only thing to really disturb your peaceful picnic is occasional Aurora coughing. That's the only thing that really breaks the merriment.
But I guess I got used to it in the at the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I'll probably still like flinch whenever I like hear him cough, and I'm like, he is dying.
Do we like is it crowded around us, or do we have some like illusion of privacy?
There is an illusion of privacy. You're not within like 10 feet of anybody. Like everyone's rather spaced out, and even like with Aurora's coughing, some people might back off.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Repellent.
It's like coughing actually.
Yeah, that's what you do in the bus now.
Mm-hmm.
You're completely alone.
It's just taken. Never mind. Okay.
Just right. Yeah. No. So I guess we start eating and relaxing.
Well, I wish it was a little bit more of a clearer sky, but you can't have everything.
True.
Even outside, it is cloudy.
Well, yes.
What are you used to, Hatsu?
Like this, but more. And
Like a forest.
more animal.
More in.
I think he's one of those weird wild folks. Those type of guys that live off the grid.
Is usually more boar, more trees, less people.
Less people.
So why did you move over here?
Well, because it's no longer like that. It's all cloudy, like here. So
Oh.
I came to see why.
Huh.
I still don't know why.
I thought this place stopped spreading. Huh.
It never stops spreading.
And then, looks like I got some wrong information about this place.
Wait, what was that information?
I thought the corruption stopped spreading.
Like it's
days
like
ago.
like I'm not implying that it's like spreading rapidly. I'm just like, damn, clouds of shit out there as well now. What the fuck?
Well, when you say that, Aurora might correct you and say, once the beast was dead, it ceased from spreading. It probably just seemed like it was spreading since we didn't know how much it actually had consumed.
Huh.
It was only when it had died when we actually saw how much it consumed.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about it? I spoke to this lady at the orphanage, and she mentioned a legendary lightning, legendary lightning, and some people she has sent to save the world, I guess. I lived in a relative seclusion. I haven't heard about this story.
I heard of them.
Take it it's not a happy story, now is it?
No. It is anything but. They were simple folk. They didn't quite know what they were getting into. But they were brave. And with the witch's help, they managed to expel the darkness.
And what was this darkness?
It was a creature. It was dark. It was formed many years ago. A cult had used a stone, a godstone, I believe, to bring it into this world. It was comprised of 3 pieces: the body, the soul, and the mind.
And I guess all those pieces made up this monster that corrupted the land.
Indeed. And it was their mission to destroy all 3 pieces. No easy feat, to be sure.
I must have been very young then.
Did they do it? Natsu kind of like rocks back and forth as she asks the question.
Well, you didn't even ask a question.
I did.
He said, did they do it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
well. Not many know. But the creature stopped spreading. The land no longer was sunken into the earth by water. We presumed that it had died. But it's strange. It's strange. For surely when the creature had died, the land would return to what it was. But it hadn't.
Maybe they were just warning that.
No. Something
If it's not
remains.
dead, Why isn't it spreading then?
The creature is dead. It was not foolish. All 3 parts had to be destroyed. If it wasn't, it would find ways of repairing the others.
But why does not world fix itself then? Everything should have returned to how it was.
I think I know what he's implying.
Hmm?
They didn't destroy all the pieces, did they?
No, they destroyed all the pieces. This creature no longer remains. But something else remains within the land.
So something took its place?
Like its blood is still here?
Feels more like its bones remain.
You seem to know awfully much about it.
Yeah.
Did you study?
Hell, if I hadn't known any better, it's almost like you were there.
I heard many stories of this place. You can read about it. I've been from place to place.
Guess.
Do you want to... Smolder, do you want to do an insight on that?
Sorry?
Do you want to do an insight on that?
On what? Place to place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What he knows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not much. It's 9 plus 4.
No.
For-
You feel like he knows more than he's saying, but that's it.
Yeah.
It's no matter.
Well, as long as it doesn't keep on spreading and we can maintain it, I guess it'll be fine.
I do worry.
About what?
The air. It feels different.
What do you mean by that?
I fear that whatever is in the land, it's growing.
It does smell different.
Well, isn't that just the clean air of the garden? Right.
Not that kind of air.
Ah,
No.
When we've just met, I think it was the first day we've met, you've listened to the earth. You've put your hand against it and you said you feel something pulling you. What did you mean by that?
You're familiar with magic spells, are you not?
Hmm?
There is a spell to detect magic. However, I simply have that innate ability.
so you're just born with it?
In a sense.
Oh no.
Fuck is this?
It's very creepy.
Okay, well that was not right. Anyway,
I was just saying
You
that's
know
not
what?
nice.
I'll do you a favor and
Yeah, thanks. Anyway,
there we go.
But yeah, what were we saying before that? I forget. What were we saying?
You said you were born with innate
Oh.
detect magic.
In a sense.
What else are you capable of?
Not as many things as I used to.
Huh.
I feel
Can
as
you
if we
float?
are very similar, you and I, Smolder. We are those that have been stripped of our abilities. But I felt it in the air. This magic. This perversion of magic. It's growing.
I don't feel anything.
He outstretches his hand to you. His left hand.
Is it the one he burnt or cut or?
Yes, it's the one that was burnt, but now the wound is healed.
Okay.
And upon his hand lies a mark.
Yeah, of course.
Do you trust me?
What are you going to do?
I can help you see.
I carefully reach my hand, like a few times I sort of move it back indecisively, but then I touch it, like I grab his palm.
Mm-hmm. His hand is quite cold, but the mark upon his hand feels warm, and he tells you to close your eyes and breathe deeply. And as you do, you begin to feel this sort of. It feels like you're in water, where the waves are going up and down, and you feel like you're in the ocean. And at times it makes you feel sick, but it just feels like you're being pushed away, that there's energy from beneath just pushing you. And when you slowly open your eyes, you can see this energy, this colorful blue and reds, like flowing through everything.
Does it seem similar to what I saw when I tried to smite?
Yes. However, what you saw was more organic. This seems more ethereal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just these colorful waves that are flowing through. Eventually, he lets go of your hand, and you feel heavier because you don't feel as uplifted as you were. It's like getting out of the water.
Yeah.
Do you see now?
This is the most ridiculous sensation.
That's how I feel all the time.
What did you see?
Water.
Hey? Was it like colors? What?
It was colors, mostly blue and red. And it felt heavy.
Can I see?
I'm afraid those without the innate ability might find it very tricky.
I reach out anyway. I try to get him to hold my hand.
So sweet.
He holds your hand. Like,
do I see anything?
Like you grip it quite hard, and he tries to like pull it away because like you're like rough, and he's very feeble. But you don't really see anything. You can try doing like an Arcana check.
$15?
Nah, not really. You just feel his cold hand. After
My face when I'm not cool enough.
Aww.
My face when being able to make people levitate isn't counted as innate magic.
Sadly, not really. That's
Damn.
there's
It's more
definitely
of a thing about just being an elemental.
it's not just the ability you feel, but there's just some sort of, because with Smolder, it feels that she's had once a tether to the other side, and so has Aurora, you feel, but the other two have not. You know.
Eh,
I don't know.
it's a bit magic.
I don't know what you're seeing.
It's quite hard to comprehend, if I'm honest.
But can
Yes.
we use it?
No. It's unruly. No, you would have to be a madman to attempt such a thing.
Well, yeah, there were a couple of madmen in the dead pool.
The Deadpool.
I mean, no, what was it called? It
The
was,
black pool.
The black. You got one right. You got one right.
Same
Black pool.
difference.
Anyway,
What do you mean by that, Michi?
Oh, I don't know. How about the big puddle of goo and blood?
Yes, and that poor
With all
fellow
those
with
other
the
magic
hand.
hand. And then you had that weird thing that we came in and saw immediately, where it was just a big blood splatter and a bunch of those magic maggots were flying about.
I'm wondering.
Yeah, you would have to be a
Oh
pretty
yeah,
mad.
when you were seeing, like, you know, the world with magic, you could see. Well, no, actually, sadly now. But you imagine that that's what the mana maggots are kind of like surfing on. You know,
Yeah.
the magic.
But what makes me think this machine we encountered, was it raised by magic? By this unruly magic?
I don't know. It
What I
was
know.
strange. The blade
Hmm.
upon its body. That was most certainly magic. But the machine itself, I'm unsure.
Would I know anything about these machines?
You could try and do a history check.
Alright. Where's my history bonus? There it is. That's a 12.
What? You mean it's not a 19 or 20 like you always fucking
No.
get?
No, it's a
Amazing.
12. 10
Nah.
plus 2, so.
Sadly, you don't really know anything about them.
I'd love to learn about them. Having that ginormous size of a machine. Huh. Be some sort of mechanical work in there.
It looked half destroyed, Michi. It's so
But
very.
even when it was half destroyed, I was able to pummel you all. Well, actually, that might have
That is what I mean. It looked, you know, on its last legs, and still it was able to move and attack and.
Exactly.
I don't know about machines, but when animals are almost going to die, they start getting more furious.
Mhm.
But somehow, I mean, how did it get there?
It's a junkyard. You find all kinds of things in junkyards.
But someone had to carry it there and leave it there, and before that, build it.
Hmm.
Haven't
They
you
all,
thought about that?
maybe they already. I don't know. Maybe some group of people find it out there, brought it back to get scrapped, and it just got buried under scrap metal. Then probably one of those little bug things stepped on it and just accidentally turned the thing on.
The question still remains: who built it? How did they manage to do it?
Well, if we ever find him, I'd love to ask him as many questions as I can.
The
To know how
land.
that machine can work.
And how did it arrive? Perhaps someone remembers.
The land is vast. There are many people out there still. This place was once many kingdoms and countries.
I guess. So maybe just one of those is maybe still out there. Alive in some sort.
Hmm.
They produce robots to go out and fight the darkness. Who knows, really?
Natsu is eating while paying attention to the conversation.
Aurora looks at you, Smolder, and
Yes.
he asks you, "Why are you here?"
Because I've nowhere to go.
But here, you could sail the seas. You could escape this place. Why take refuge here?
I don't know. I just follow. I follow the flow, which brings me somewhere. I cannot leave. I haven't got answers, which I'd love to get, and I feel I might never get them.
If you're always feeling like that, then you're never going to get them. You have to at least have some hope.
There is no hope.
Well, not with that attitude.
Have you ever wielded a great power? A power that can burn through armies of undead?
I wish I had something like that.
Have you ever felt connected to this world? To its nature, to its creation?
I'm not really one of those type of nature type of people. Always more fascinated with machines.
He's a simpleton, he means.
Ah.
And I nod.
Then you might never
fine,
understand it.
simpleton.
There are those that do not see what the world truly is and how vast it can be. It's not simply this realm. There are very many others among it. And he looks at you, Aurora. No, Aurora. He looks at you, Smolder.
Mhm. Yeah, I gathered.
Aurora looks up to the sky and he says, "Do you think they survived?"
Who?
Those people that were sent down into the belly of the beast.
Well, maybe. There's always a possibility. But it's been thousands of years.
Hadn't
Pretty
been
sure.
thousands. It's been about 200, I believe.
Well,
200 still is a lot.
still a long time.
It's a very long time.
Trying to find any food or even drinkable water right there would be a challenge.
With certain skills and magic at your disposal, you could
I
do it.
guess. But even with how unstable magic can be, that might not be the best way of getting food and water.
Perhaps it's more stable there? We do not know.
Eh, if they did survive, then they're well good at surviving.
I don't believe they survived.
Yeah. It's most likely they didn't.
I was taught that sometimes sacrifice is necessary to save many lives.
I saw that they had established that chapel.
Yeah.
The man that used to worship that deity was Jamal Hanshaw.
And who was he?
He was one of the men that went down there. He
Wait.
went down there with the faith of his deity, and it left him there.
What?
Betrayed him.
Huh.
Do you mean his companions betrayed him? Or his deity betrayed him?
His deity.
There is always a reason for a deity to turn their face away.
Cowardice.
Huh. Oh, I'm getting called for something, BRB. Sorry about that.
Ah, the faith
And
is
says
something to hold your back, and your deity does that, unless you are not worthy anymore.
Your microphone's muffled.
a little bit.
Who's?
Yours.
Mine?
It was a little bit. but
Yours.
It's better now.
Okay.
Strange. Many of the deities have left this land, have they not?
Judging by the state of churches and chapels, they did.
Peculiar, is it not?
There was a reason for it.
What was the reason?
We don't know. But I fear what the answer may be.
Sorry, what did you say?
But I fear what the answer may be.
And what sort of answer do you think it could be?
I don't know.
Well, we're alive, so it can't be that bad.
How do you know they're alive?
I feel like they are.
Aurora looks down in disappointment.
What is it?
Nothing. Are we finished?
Yeah.
I'm quite tired.
We shall try and settle for the night at this place they mentioned.
That would be nice.
Okay. I pick up the what we had, like plates or something. Like we carried it in something. So
Yeah, like a picnic basket.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then I help him get up.
He
What's up?
he appreciates his help.
You're packing up the picnic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he appreciates you helping him up. You know, he shares a glance with you, but it feels warm that you each have a better understanding of each other now.
Mm-hmm. And we walk to this silk song place, I guess.
Yeah,
One.
it's not far off. It's in fact, you could probably see the picnic, the park that you were from one of the windows. But yes, you find you know, it's a big old sign out front that says the Silk Song, and you can already tell that this place is a million times nicer than
Cities.
the other one. It's this place looks like a palace. You know, it's like one of those mansions. And you head in, and there's like a sort of like the bellhop guy, or like a bouncer, and he looks a bit confused. It's like, excuse me, can I help you?
That would be very kind of you. A lady named Bella, the Black Arrow Cockroach, she said we could stay at her apartment for the night.
Oh, well, I suppose I hope she was correct. Would you mind for a moment? And he sort of walks off, and he goes into like a sort of like a back office thing. You can't quite see what he's doing, but he's doing something. He might be talking to someone, unsure.
Uh-huh.
And a few moments later, he comes out. And he says, "Very well, in this way," and he leads you through.
I look
And,
a bit surprised.
they take you in to this little square box, and you feel like he tells everyone to get in, and you feel like these doors close, and you feel like you're being elevated upwards. Elevated upwards.
I don't
And-
seem phased by this.
And eventually the doors open, but it's on a different floor. You feel like you're higher up. Happens.
When we ride the elevator, I close my eyes.
What? It's different.
So what's on this floor? Like, is it a few rooms or just one?
Genius.
It is just, you know, it's like a small little hallway, but at the end of it is like one door. And he hands you well, no, he goes up to the door and he unlocks it for you.
Mm-hmm.
This shall be your accommodations for tonight, I suppose. If you need anything, just ring the bell that is in there, and we'll send someone up.
Thank you.
He does a
Thank you very much.
little bow, and he goes back into the elevator. Entering the room, you see that it's really fucking nice. It's very wide open. The floors are all sparkling clean, made out of like marble stone maybe. The walls are white. The furniture is very finely crafted with like little gold trimmings on it. There's like a whole kitchen. There's like a hallway where you presumes like bathrooms and bedrooms. There's a bookshelf. There's many things. There's couches. There's also like an entire wall that sort of windows and such that you can see out into the Metal of Man, and yeah, you get to oversee it all. It feels like luxury.
Mm-hmm. This is most amazing.
Michi eats what's left of the picnic.
Sorry.
Aww.
And
He hungry.
you explore the bedrooms. There's like 4 bedrooms, and you have a look through, and you see that there are big double beds, massive windows with curtains, and a closet, trunks. The furniture is very elegant. Everything's clean. The bed itself is so finely crafted. It's very royalty-like. Not royalty, but
Well
luxury.
off.
Yes.
Nice.
Many pillows and stuff like that. You'd have to freaking have a workout before you took off all the dressing and crap. You find like a bathroom. It's sparkling clean. There's mirrors and stuff. It's this place. It's like you would never want to leave. Yeah. What do you all do?
I sprawl out on the bed.
This time, it's you sink into it because it's so comfy. It's just like,
It's like eats you up.
yeah, exactly.
Kind of like scramble a little, as if like I think this thing's gonna consume me, and then I kind of like relax. It's like, yeah, I've become heavier.
I go to the window. Like, what can I see from there?
You get to see out into the Metal of Man, and you can see the various parts of it. You can see there are parks, and sort of as a backdrop, there is the wall that encompasses the entire place. The wall is by far the only oppressive thing you see, but it's nice. You feel as if there weren't any walls, it would just be normal. This place would just be sweet.
It looks amazing.
It's
there any
breathtaking.
gadgets or any electronical bits and bobs?
What are you looking for? Because there ain't no fucking TV.
Damn, the TV got one channel.
like lights, like switches,
Um,
electric fan.
I don't think we've gotten that far. There's candles and stuff, but and skylight maybe.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, can I tell, is this a place, like, she lives in, or is it a spare room they gave us?
This feels like a summer home thing. It's like where you would usually just chill out, but it definitely feels like this has been used before by people. It's just being cleaned. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. So there are no things which belong to her.
Oh yes, like if you go into the bedrooms, you see that like in the closets and stuff like that, there are clothes that presumably belong to her and her teammates.
Okay.
You just find clothes, bits and bobs, jewelry maybe, but no weaponry or anything like that. It's all rather tame. You see that there is you presumably go to her room. There's probably like a name plaque that says like Belle or something like that.
Mhm.
And you go into her room, and you see this little painting, in a frame, like by the bed, and you see something that's kind of strikes you as peculiar, but you look closer at it, and
Is
you
it Captain? Is it Captain?
you look closer at it, and you see there's Belle, a woman, and Captain Eversong.
Oh
No,
god!
it's Eversong. Yeah, and they're all like looking happily, and they're all like, presumably her graduation day or something at the Lightning Riders.
Yeah, so a woman is like a human lady.
No, it's an Aarakocra, but
Okay.
her feathers are also like
Do-
pitch black, but
Okay,
Captain
so
Eversong's
like,
is like dark brown.
okay, so do they like have some sort of familial how do you call it, air?
Yeah,
Like,
it definitely feels like this is Belle's mom and dad in the picture.
okay. Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, I unplugged my headset.
Oh no.
Plug it back in.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. But yeah. So yeah, you put down the photo, and you think to yourself about it.
And like he said he did not know who it was when I asked him.
As if he would tell you.
God, if I was proud of my daughter, I would tell everyone.
It's like, do you know my daughter's one of the lightning?
Oh, goodness. Alright, so I put it down carefully where I took it. It's like, can I stay here in this room?
Wait, how many rooms are there?
There's 4, you know.
Or,
Presumably each to her teammates and such.
Mhm.
Squads of 4 and all that. What do you guys do? Do you just do you go out for the evening, or do you just chill inside?
do we go out?
Probably go out if people are also doing that.
I'm up for a wee bit of a late night stroll.
Mm-hmm.
You guys,
Like we could go for a drink, for a couple of drinks maybe.
yeah, maybe down to that Brown Bear place. May see how it's like.
Is there a menu in front of Brown Bear?
I assume that you like leave you leave your bags or whatever at the
Yeah.
Silk
Yeah.
Song, and you head down to the Brown Bear. You're outside of it. It looks like a fine establishment. Looks very clean, very charming. It's the sun is beginning to set, and they're setting up lights. Before you leave, Aurora kind of like lies in his bed, and he kind of wishes for you guys to go on without him.
Are you sure, Aurora?
He feels as if his injuries are getting the best of him.
Would you like me to stay with you, just in case?
He looks at you and he says, I appreciate it, Smolder, but I will be fine. I simply need time.
Well,
You should just relax.
These beds are really nice and comfy. What do you say?
If I'm feeling up to it, I may join you in the Brown Bear.
Have a good rest then.
Yeah, gives you a bit of a nod, and he just lies down for a bit. As you're leaving, you can like hear him wheezing as he's breathing. Yeah.
God, I hope he's okay.
He's not very well.
Well, I understand that. Well, hopefully he'll get better.
I wish I could relieve his pain.
Yeah, well, magic don't work here no more. You have to rely on old ways of doing it.
Yeah, it does work.
Well,
But-
yeah, but if you use it, you might blow up.
A shame.
Never really always interested in magic, but never had the skill to do it. So I just need stuff to do it.
If we go to my forest someday, I will make you float.
That would be great.
It's very fun.
As long as I don't fall to my death.
You won't.
Right.
Making it to the Brown Bear. You know, outside, there is a menu of stuff that they have inside. It's like open house, lightning riders drink free, stuff like that. The various drinks that they may have. They also do food, I presume.
What is the price
likely.
range?
Seems a bit pricey, to be honest. Like maybe like 2 gold per drink.
Oh,
It's a rip-off.
Yeah. Do you look around for a cheaper bar, or do you?
I guess we do. No,
I want that cheapness.
we'll have a nice goodbye meal tomorrow with Bella.
Oh yeah.
So,
But like, does the Brine Bear look good? Does it look like a really nice place?
oh yes, this looks like a country club thing. You know, this is like
So there's not much entertainment inside.
Well,
like,
Anything. At
Most
least we know
likely,
that the
yes.
Brine Bear looks good before we go in.
yes,
But
be
for
nice.
tonight, I think maybe something a little bit more down to earth.
yes,
so.
that would be.
You head out, and you know it starts getting dark, and it's nice though. Still, it doesn't. You don't feel scared, or like you don't feel worried like you do in the Black Pool. You feel safe. There's many lights out. There are people just walking with little lanterns. It's charming. Street lamps are being lit. It's nice. Eventually, while you're looking for a bar, you're hearing lots of merrymaking, and you eventually come towards a bar, and you think you see where some merrymaking is occurring, and you're heading down the street, and within a few seconds, somebody goes crashing through a window, and they land in the middle of the street.
Are they
Huh?
all right?
I have a big smile on my face. This is my type of place.
It's this
Are you okay?
It's this young Arakokra, and he looks full of youth, and he gets thrown out of the window, and he immediately gets back up, and he fucking jumps right back into the window,
Oh god.
I think he's okay.
just yelling.
Oh, I like the look of this place. Seems fun and active.
Okay.
Looking through the window, you see that there is sort of like a fight going on here between two people. There's a quite elegant-looking tabaxi.
Ooh.
He's standing, legs close together, and one hand behind his back, and he looks very formal and just very, what's the word? Flamboyant? Yes.
Okay.
And then on the other side of, because everyone's gathered around to watch this fight in this bar, and the other side is this Minotaur, and he's got his shirt off, and he looks fucking ready to kill this guy.
Oh goodness.
And he's breathing heavily, and like one of his horns are like chipped, and he's got a few scratches on him. The tabaxi looks like, he looks a bit sweaty, like they've been at this for a while.
Yeah.
And the bar owner kind of looks bored and kind of wishes they would just end.
Is this normal?
Well, it's some establishments. I take my how do you call it? My bag where I keep money, like the pocket, and I hide it inside my jacket, closer to my boob.
Good idea. Keep your money tight on you.
How's the fight looking?
They're still like fighting. Occasionally, like the Minotaur will charge at the tabaxi, but the tabaxi will like elegantly dodge to the side.
Perhaps we could watch, but I hope none of us will take part in this.
So, who do you bet's gonna win?
Not really.
No?
Come on. That Minotaur's honestly gonna beat the shit out of it.
All right, fight on tabaxi.
Accent boy from Minotaur, how about you?
I think you will, and I point at the Minotaur.
I'll bet one, right? I'll bet one gold on it then.
Oh?
Very well.
All right, we come in.
As you enter, somebody immediately hands you a beer.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you.
And like some other people handed the others beers as well, and they're all cheering and jostling around and shoving each other and stuff.
I try not to be jostled too much because my ribs still ache.
And yeah, everyone sort of indulges looking at the fight. The bar owner looks like worried and like distraught. And just, my stuff! No, don't break that!
Oh no.
But everyone else is having a jolly good old time.
Is there a place to sit?
Yeah, there are some chairs have survived. Most chairs are like in pieces, just smashed and destroyed.
Oh goodness.
One sticking in the ceiling somehow. But yes, this whole ordeal, this whole scenario, it looks a lot like a bullfight. Like the one guy's, leading him around, and the bull is ferocious.
Uh-huh.
come on, you Minotaur! Get him!
So you both bet on Minotaur.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right. I drink beer and I watch the tabaxi.
The beer is bitter, and not amazing. It definitely seems like cheap stuff, but and diluted or whatever. But plenty of it. So
All right, let's see how. I'm going to roll for how many it takes me before I get fucking smashed.
like after every single drink, you have a Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to roll myself a con save after the first sip.
Oh god.
No way I've drank this.
Yeah, I had to. You're gonna like it.
This is my one nat 20 I get.
Ooh, it's good.
So yeah, you refrain from getting wasted. I would say, the lower the number, the more you get drunk.
Yeah.
About 20 minutes of fighting, they're both beginning to look tired. They're running around. People in the circle are also getting massively hurt. Like the tabaxi will just like twirl people in as like a meat shield and just distract him as the tabaxi would like scratch the back of his head or something, and
Yeah.
just very playful, while the Minotaur is adamant about killing this tabaxi.
Oh goodness.
Eventually, the Minotaur like grabs hold of the tabaxi's tail and like pulls it down
Oh no.
and
Yes.
sort of like throws it into the wall. The tabaxi looks shaken, but returns into the fight. Its hair is all ruffled and its clothing's a bit torn up. They're basically both on their freaking last wits. But the tabaxi like knows like it's definitely not its first rodeo, and it manages to climb upon the Minotaur and twirl it around and use its own weight against it and throw it down upon the ground.
Oh.
And you hear this loud thud as it like hits his head onto the ground, and the entire crowd goes mad. It's such a brilliant fight.
I sort of stick my hand out to receive the money from Meche and
Fine, here you go.
so how much do I get?
I guess you get like gold.
2 gold, I guess. What was it?
Yeah, you get 2 gold, and then
Okay.
me and Tatsu lose 1.
Yes.
I'm losing money.
I mean, you gained 20 gold today, so.
I'm losing money.
Oh my god.
2 gold.
Anyway,
Anyway,
the Tabaxi, like after the fight, he helps up the Minotaur, and you know they sit next to each other and they have a good old drink.
Aw,
Um,
that was a great fight and a great bit of acrobatics.
do you say that to him?
Is he sitting away? Far away from.
They are sat a bit away, but I guess you know they could sit by you guys. I don't know.
Well, I'm more like I say it more
Yeah,
to
Say it
my
to yourself,
companions than to
yeah.
him.
But yeah,
yes.
fair enough. You spend a couple of hours, I suppose, just enjoying yourself. What's it called? Hatsu, do a Constitution saving throw.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Oh. Ha ha. Ha ha.
That one.
Another nat 20.
Well,
Woo!
you're able to hold your beer surprisingly well throughout most of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Have you drank before, Hatsu?
No?
Perhaps she's stronger than you.
She's holding it like... She's holding it like a very well.
Or maybe the beer's not that good and strong.
The beer is not strong at all. It is garbage. But there's just so much of it, so you could eventually get plastered if you went on for long enough. But yes.
Probably watered down, but yeah, beer.
How long do you guys spend there?
Well, is there live music or something?
There's music. People are playing instruments and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perhaps a couple of hours while we drink and talk?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Unless if anyone has any objections, you do so.
Yeah.
Guess so.
Can I listen around for, what people are talking about?
You know, do a perception check. Is there anything you're specifically looking for?
Well, those birds.
I mean,
Like, if anybody's talking of strange birds flying around, okay, where's my perception? Oh, it's +2. It's 3! I stopped rolling well, okay.
oh, jinxed it, man. Nah, you don't hear anything about birds. The talk that people are talking about is probably the fight and other fights that have occurred here this week. Yeah. Just the weather, maybe. Just like how they don't want to go back to work. How they just love it here. They could just stay here forever.
Of course.
But yeah.
anyone staring at us? Because we're a new crowd.
You were the new crowd for a second, but you felt immediately at home. They welcomed you in with open arms.
Okay.
Nah, no one really singles you out. You don't look any weirder than the next guy. You know? Yeah. After, a few hours, people are beginning to get tired and sleepy. The party still rages on for a bit longer, but you guys take your leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was a fun day, right? That was a fun night.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a rather good day. I haven't had such a nice time in a while.
Yeah, and you made 2 gold.
Oh well.
Yeah. I love gambling.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, one second. Talk among yourself.
I love gambling. Bing.
Ding, dong. I love
Yeah.
gambling.
Oh
I
man,
don't like it when I lose.
real real OOC moment. You joined at the fucking amazing time, Chris.
I know, right? I know, right?
This man really joined when we were speaking of the legends of heroes past.
Literally the one time I join, I hear from Jamal. Like, what the hell?
What was his surname? Jamal
Jamal Henshaw.
Henshaw.
Good old Jamal Hanshaw.
I was actually planning to make his one of his family members a D&D character as well.
That'd be cool.
Mm. That would be neat.
Possibly on one of probably one of those things.
I return. Hey, you're not a part of this story, homeless man on the street. Get out of
Oh,
here.
damn.
No.
Get out
I'm
of
just the
here.
Oh
I'm just the
damn.
ghost of Jamal. Okay.
Yeah, the ghost.
Damn.
Get out of here.
You get out of here, ghost of Jamal.
Hey now. Okay, so where do you guys go for the rest of the evening? Do you head back home?
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
head back.
For rest.
Yeah. You head home. The bellhop guy is he's like there's a bit of a look of disdain about you because you look very dirty and covered in beer, and he doesn't look forward to getting it cleaned up, the mess that you're trailing through. But yes, you make it through. You go up the elevator. It takes a few floors to find out which one you are on again.
I think we enjoy riding the elevator for them because Mishi is with us.
Ooh, it goes up
I
and
think
down.
this one. Oh no, this one.
Oh.
And eventually you make it to your floor, and you make it inside. Hmm?
Yeah, I'd like to check on Aurora before I go to wash up and to bed.
Aurora, he's looking in. You see that he's sleeping underneath the covers, and you hear that sort of like raspy wheezing from him.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys want to do a stealth check?
Yeah.
Wake him up. Okay.
No, he has my earmuffs on, right?
No, they're just not comfortable to wear.
Okay. I don't do it on disadvantage. Why am I?
Yeah, you don't have your armor.
Yeah. So, okay, it makes it 17.
Okay, what about the rest of you guys?
12.
Ah.
15 with a +1. Well, no, it's 14 +1, 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Since the walls are also quite well made, they're not paper thin. They're,
Mhm.
it's very good.
Decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't believe that Aurora would have woken up from any of this.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, before I go to bed, I wash up and, to remove the smell of cheap beer.
Yes, there's like an indoor shower. It's far better than the one you have at the dormitory. You know, it's the water is very warm and hot at times, and the soap. There's like fancy
Oh,
soaps. You know, in the
that's
little bottles.
That is great. That feels great.
It's like nothing you've ever experienced before. And yeah, you get all cleaned up. And does anyone else do anything before you go to bed?
I smell much.
Be amazed at how clean a person can be.
Yeah, I get all cleaned up as well.
You have a bit of a hard time reaching the things, but you make it.
Somebody help me.
I
No.
help him. I will help him.
Thank you very much.
You know, I'm gonna say, because like Hatsu is like really clean now, the like the air circulation effect is now back on.
What does that mean? What?
So like her clothes kind of like blow
Start
around
floating.
themselves.
Ah, I see.
So it's like kind of a light air current because air genasi.
Yes. Yeah, I'm busy with Michi, so
Yes.
I'll notice that later.
Thank you.
But yeah.
I do not watch. I turn it on when he calls me. I'll turn it back off. So
Mhm.
I should probably invent something to help me with this problem.
Stairs.
Like an extended arm. Or maybe a stick with a hook on it.
that sounds more like reality.
Yeah, probably the first one. It's more fun making that. All the different gears, the springs, the mechanisms.
She's already walked out of the room.
I know, I'm just like saying this to myself
Mhm.
out of the shower thoughts. I've only had a piece of paper to draw that on.
Mm-hmm. Afterwards, you all go to your bedrooms, and it feels rather nice. You know, nice clean sheets and a nice warm bed. Yeah, and you have a explicitly pleasant night.
That's great.
By far the best night's sleep you've had in probably a very long time.
It is amazing. I feel so happy.
Aw. When dawn breaks, you like it's the morning, and
Yeah.
what's it called? Smolder. You
Yes.
see someone like leaning over you,
Oh my goodness.
and you see it's Belle, and she's looking right into your face and is like, "Good morning."
Good morning. I pull the blanket higher to my neck.
Did you sleep well?
I slept very well. Thank you for letting us stay here.
It's no problem. If you had slept in the mean eel, you'd be flea ridden and turn up like a raisin in the morning.
Well, I definitely had the feeling. And,
Did you have a pleasant evening?
yes, we did. We went to a bar not far from here for a simpler, rest. Watched a rather interesting fight and drank some beer, and it was quite nice.
Well, you should get up. Root is making breakfast.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I look around like, my shirt is probably not far from the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll reach for it, pick it up, and quickly dress.
Belle leaves you, and she heads out. You all are awoken by her cheerful demeanor, and you wake up in your beds. The sun is still non-existent, but it's still bright out, which is nice.
Mhm.
And yeah, you can smell some nice, food being made.
That is luxury. Am I the only one who's that happy about it?
Apparently,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Apparently.
everyone else couldn't give a fuck.
I'm just like, damn. Y'all have food that doesn't move first? Kind of fucked up.
Oh god.
We don't have to hunt.
All right. Are there just them two, or some more members of the team?
There are some other members. They're they'd be out on the balcony. Just like these two other people. One of them is a rather short and stocky Aarakocra. He's like grayish. And the other one is this also like pitch black, and he looks pretty average. Nothing particularly special about him. He's got his hair like slicked back, and they're just talking with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But they seem rather friendly about you guys.
Mm-hmm.
As you all
So-
enter the room,
Oh, yeah, yes.
Well,
Right.
you can see
Right.
Root. He
Mhm.
is, he's got his sleeves rolled up, and he's got like a bandana on and an apron, and he's cooking mad.
he's cooking.
You can't tell if he's angry or if that's just his normal face. But that's just how I guess it's how he always is. And
It's cooking face.
he has a cookie face, which is every face. And he's like twirling the food around and just making this luxury stuff.
Why do you keep posting those pictures of such
'Cause-
lovely kids?
Yes, that's what
Because that's just what Hatsu does.
his life is like meh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Belle, sits down at the dinner table and she invites you all over.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's for breakfast?
Thank you.
And she tells the others to get over as well. She's like, Flux and Cats, get over here. Dinner's nearly ready. And they seem a bit reluctant to like sit with you guys because they don't know you.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh god, she's bringing over more people.
What?
More.
And they sit like by you and stuff like that, and eventually Roots brings over the food, and it nearly brings a tear to your eyes, where it's like freshly cut vegetables and fruits and
Amazing.
like scrambled eggs, very seasoned well, and tomatoes and strands of bacon, some
Me eat like boar.
freshly cooked, freshly squeezed orange juice, and there's so much of it that you can just help yourself, and yeah, once everything is set, he sits down as well. Sits down next to you, Hatsu, and you kind of feel cramped because you're in between like two of them. And Roots is like fucking a thick motherfucker, and then the other guy is okay. But yeah, you feel a bit squished.
Oh,
Um,
and their feathers are slightly flowing, I guess.
yeah,
Because
yeah, because of the breeze. Like, oh, you hear one of them like, "Feel a draft." must be in my head.
I look around for the draft.
Ah,
um,
Delicious.
that is very kind of you. Thank you for letting us stay tonight.
well, it was of no problem. Bell says, we weren't earning a use of it. We were busy. So, why not? I trust you slept well.
Oh, we had a great night. Thank you very much.
Do you have any plans for this evening other than going out with us?
Not really. We were thinking about maybe seeing some shops. I think Michi here has some
Yeah.
shopping to do.
Maybe try and find some little gadgets.
Hmm.
Maybe some tools to help me make some.
Perhaps you know where to look for something like this.
I'm not so sure. Cats, did you find any stores like that? I know you love those little bibs and bobs you find, and Cats, he's the one with the hair slicked back, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, what are you like looking for? You know,
Oh, like tools, little tinkerer things. Maybe some gears, maybe some springs.
I mean, surely you have that over. Like, where do you work? Don't you work in like the Iron Forge?
Oh, I wish I did. No, in the Blackpool.
Right. That's unfortunate. Well, there isn't.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. I mean, could be worse. But
I guess it'll be outside the walls.
Yeah, you kind of like his smile kind of like drips away when you say that.
E.
Yeah.
No, not. Sorry.
Huh. Well, no, I don't quite know any stores like that. You're looking for like a mechanic or something. There's no need for stuff like that around here.
I guess.
So,
I'll probably find some type of thing I can probably take apart for its little bits.
he kind of looks at you like a bit weird and a bit of like disgust. All right.
Weird champ.
Apart from that, I'm more interested in how you use, like, well, do your lightning riding thing. Is there a special mechanic type of version that you use?
They all like look at each other and stuff like that, and Bell says, "Well, it's quite complicated. You see, there's lots of training that goes into it. It's not a simple thing to learn. If you're interested in dismantling it, I don't think you have much of a chance. I feel like this is out of your league, especially if you cannot get even into the Iron Forge."
Yeah, I guess. Maybe one day. Would be very interesting to learn how it even works.
Bell notices how Aurora how he looks, and she leans into you, Smolder, and she asks you, "Is your friend all right?"
He is. He also fell during that battle and was pretty injured, and he's not yet feeling completely well.
Since like Aurora is having a bit of trouble, like eating with one hand, the smaller Aarakocra sat next to him offers to like help feed him, and he like his little flux and he like cuts it up and helps feed him.
Oh.
Aurora, you can definitely sense, even though he's like massively emotionless, you could tell that he definitely feels a bit embarrassed, but also kind of grateful.
I mean, it was pretty bad. I got a few ribs cracked, and I'm pretty sturdy. He had it really badly.
Katz looks at you and says, like, yes, those golems can be quite troublesome.
Where do they come from, those creatures?
Somewhere in the east, is it not? It's somewhere deep underground. Some mad bastard's probably making them.
So,
No, there are many people out there.
It would have to be a pretty big workshop to even create something like that. You said you fought multiple, so there's more than just one.
It's a big place out there, son.
Yeah.
I am sorry if I'm being intrusive, but you seem to be some sort of elite power here when it comes to guarding the place. Would you mind to elaborate on who you are and what you do?
Belle looks towards you and tells you about what the lightning rays are, and she says, well, many years ago, the lightning witch, the legendary Rue, as they say, she was a big fan of mechanics and lightning, and so was her brother. And they, I suppose that she helped teach that skill to others. And, when she forged the bulwark, she had us assembled. And we've been doing it ever since. We're many generations in. It's remarkable to see what some of the elders can do. But yes, it's not a beautiful job. She looks at the others, but it must be done. I tell you though, it's something. It's indescribable when you're sailing upon the skies and you look down, and it doesn't seem that bad, It's.
I understand.
How come?
Because you're away
I
from
told
it
you.
all. You.
It's
I'm sorry.
it's
little fella.
freeing, isn't it?
I was asking Hatsu.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Well, I told you I could float.
I've never seen it with my eyes, but I do have to admit that you look a little bit different today.
I guess that's what being clean is like.
I guess. Huh. Well, I'm sorry. So is this some sort of power you hold, or is it some sort of contraption which other people built for you so you could use it in battle?
It's it's a bit sense of both. I would say it's drawing energy upon yourself, but also using equipment. It's very complicated and definitely not trained lightly.
And is there a way to learn to use it?
Well, certainly nobody is born with it, but it's most certainly not easy to learn, especially for those that do not possess the ability of flight.
Like, you see me deflate. Yes, I guess.
We can't teach you the more complex parts, but we could probably teach you a few other things. Since it didn't look like you had much of a nice time during that golem the other day.
I didn't. I lost a hold of most of my abilities, which I enjoyed before. And yes, it's quite tough not having anything on me to help my companions. Effective.
Well, I do not hope I break your heart, but becoming a lightning rider is near impossible unless if you show innate talent to such a thing. And being a part of the Blackpool, it does not make your chances very good. But off the records, we could, some of us, could teach you a few things if we have time. We rarely get to spend time outside of work, and it could be fun.
That would be very kind. And I hope you will not get in any trouble for sharing your knowledge.
She looks at Root, and then she looks back at you, and I wouldn't worry. I mean, as long as none of you tell.
Well,
Don't worry, we'll keep our lips nice and tight and shut.
look at Katsu.
Cat's, he's like, better, because I can tell you something. The member of the Blackpool can be easily replaced, but not the Lightning Riders, so it would definitely reflect worse upon you than us.
Yeah.
What? What are you talking about?
Katsu has been busy eating.
Like a boar.
Like, same with Aurora. Like, the Flux has been, like, feeding him, and, like, once his plate is done, like, Flux will, like, scrape off his plate and, like, just, like, help feed him more. Because, like, Aurora, it just, like, never ends if he starts. So it just, like, just keeps feeding him. And Aurora's fine with it.
He's not going to fucking
no
become a
choice.
raisin.
After a while, you all finish with your meals. Most of them leave. Like, most of them have things to do. And, all but Belle, like, leaves. They say their farewells, and they're like, oh, it was a pleasure meeting you, and all that, and they sort of, like, wave you goodbye, and they head down the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Well. What do you guys do?
Pretty much nothing. If there's a job that's available in Blackville, we mostly do it.
It's most certainly not a pleasant job, by any means.
Well,
It
the
is bearable.
first job we did was clearing out the sewers of rats. Who's got eaten alive by rats? By Scott.
That's definitely sounds like the opposite of what I do or enjoy.
I'm more surprised that nobody seems to look any deeper than You know, they ask us to hunt the rats down, and they never go for the nest.
Well, it's a big feat, is it not? They probably send someone more able. Since... How did you fare with the rats?
There were rats. We have a bag of them.
Didn't you say, Mitchie, was it? You said you had some great trouble with them.
Oh, yeah. One of them had a weird mark on it that multiplied.
Yeah, well,
It bit me quite bad.
there are very many strange things out there. They find their ways in sometimes. But, yes, maybe they send somebody more able-bodied. Besides, why would you want to dwell within the sewers? It's disgusting.
Yes, but it needs to be done.
Yes. Have you
The rats like it.
have you exited the bulwark yet?
No.
And is it a possibility? It seemed that they tend not to send anyone out.
They do send many people out. It's simply just not desirable. If you haven't been sent out yet, you're
Have you been out?
nearly every day. It's
Is it bad as they say it is?
no, it's far worse. There are very many things that are very hard to comprehend in that land. When you go out there, since many of the Blackpool do go out there, you may not be ready for it.
You said yourself
so expect
that,
the unexpected. Caught that.
but you said that they might, for the rats, they might send someone more able-bodied. That then they send out anyone outside of Bulwark without any preparation or explanations.
Oh no, if they send you out outside of the bulwark, they make sure that you're able-bodied. I was just curious if you had been out there.
Not yet.
No,
And I don't think we'll be able to do it any soon, because two of us are yet not capable of fighting properly.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that. Well, hopefully you will receive adequate training and it'll become easier for you. But physically, preparing, it's not that much. It's more your wits, your brain. You need to be prepared for what's out there. You spoke of strange rats that multiplied.
Yeah.
It sounds so tame compared to what else is out there. It's
If that's tame, I don't want to know what is crazy.
But what have you seen? You said so. You've been out many times.
Yeah. What's the most bizarre looking thing
What's
you've
your
seen?
experience?
She looks at you and she's trying to smile and it's like hard and she just thinks like why ruin such a splendid morning when, you know, the weather's clear. Let us go out while we still can. There's no point of thinking about that now.
I guess why not?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Truly, it's fine. It's just, it's not something you can simply describe, but more see.
Huh.
I just wish you luck.
Thank you.
I have a few errands to do, but I will see you later at the Brown Bear.
Oh, of course.
We
See
would
you
be
time.
happy. Shall we go, friends, as well?
I don't see why not.
We've got plenty
Day
to
is
see.
young. Day is young. And who knows?
Yeah.
Something powerful.
You all take the elevator down. The bell bouncer man, he gives like a bow to Bell and ma'am, lets them through, and he kind of looks at you guys with a bit of disdain. Just
I look back at him.
common filth.
I look
I
at
look back at him
uncommon
with
film.
neutral eyes.
I was smiling. I'm not smiling anymore.
I'm trying to find who's laughing.
Like when he when like you guys walk by, Belle looks back and she sees like him, like his frown is missing and like his his smile is missing, and she says like,
Yeah.
"Cheer up, Jeremy. It's a wonderful day." It's like, "Yes, ma'am," and he puts on this like fake smile.
A liar.
I smile again.
I can tell when I see one.
The face of the devil.
Yes, and you you head out for the day, and you go and explore. You head back. You're exploring the place, and you eventually turn up back at the chapel.
Ooh.
And something feels weird. You're hearing this flutter. You're hearing like wings, and
You guys
it's
hear that?
Yeah?
and you're trying to look up, but like the sky is so bright and grey that you can't like see anything without like squinting your fucking eyes.
The
And
good old overcast white light.
you see something like land in like the courtyard of the church, and you hear like the children like screaming.
I rush forward.
Is it like happy screams or?
You can't tell.
Scream. I go to investigate.
Those that get there first by running over or whatever, you see in the like sort of the middle of the courtyard, you see these children, and they're like screaming and stuff like that, and you see there's this enormous creature in the middle, and it's this like half bird, half horse thing, and the children are like throwing things for it to feed it, like loaves of bread and fish. And
Also, it's like, okay,
it's
they're
this-
entertaining.
It's this enormous like hippogriff,
Oh, goodness.
and the woman is like, no, you shouldn't feed it. It's probably wild, and bite your hand off.
What is this?
Who do you ask?
The lady, of course.
Oh,
I'm like,
The kids.
breathing heavily because, like, my speed was halved and I sort of slumped.
yeah. Same thing with like Aurora. Aurora is like catches up eventually after like later.
It sounded horrible.
speed.
It sounded as if you were attacked.
Oh, in a way we were, yes, this bloody vermin. They come back all the
What is
time.
this?
Hmm.
How
Wow.
do you call it?
I Well, they call it. What was it, sweetie? What did you call it? And the small child is like. We call it Hawkins.
Hawkins?
And she like nods her head. And she like runs off to go pet it. Like all the children are like gathering around and like petting it and stuff like that.
Does it look aggressive or
No, it looks
what?
really friendly. Do an intelligence check, Smolder.
Oh fuck. Are you serious? Where's my
Yes.
intelligence? -1!
Oh yeah.
Oh, intelligence! Okay, green killer dice. Makes it 11.
Nice. Well, you feel like you remember this shape, that you've seen it before, like it's a strange bird.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This is the ones who were flocking around the spire.
Perhaps.
Okay.
But yeah, it spends some time galloping around. The children chase after it.
Yeah.
The people, most people are just afraid of it, and they'll keep their distance. But it just likes to roam around in the courtyard. When Aurora arrives, he looks at it, and you see like a small smile crack on his face.
Have you
And,
seen them before?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Bring happy memories?
Somewhat. After a while of it, galloping around and stuff and having some food, it flaps its wings and it flies off up into the sky, past the clouds. And the children sound so sad and disappointed as they're like, no.
I shared her sadness.
Did you not get an opportunity to pet it, or were you just too afraid?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'd fear nothing at this point.
So what, you just
of course I would have tried petting it.
Yeah, can we give...
Do you want to do an animal handling check?
Yeah.
Do it! Do it! Do it well!
17.
Ooh!
Okay. So, you put your hand out and you like brush its head and you put you wring your hands through its feathers and you take some of the food that the children have had around and you help feed it and
As I'm doing this, I'm just making happy child noises.
Aww. This is sweet.
I'm just picturing Hatsu and the children just running around the courtyard with it.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Just chasing after it, and then as I said before, it eventually it flies off, and everyone is cries, and including Hatsu, just
Aww.
oh.
Do you cry Hatsu?
I mean, I'm kind of disappointed, type of look.
That seemed very friendly. Do you know anything about those creatures?
I assume you ask Aurora.
Yeah.
I don't know much about them. I've seen them before. And they're magnificent and interesting. But no, I don't know much about them.
Where did you see them?
Oh, many years ago. perhaps a simpler time.
Yeah.
I look at his scarf. I presume he's wearing it.
Oh, he always wears his scarf. You know that.
Why wouldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
But I say nothing.
After, oh yeah, like Aurora's also wearing like casual clothing, I would assume.
Yeah, you probably was handed the white shirt.
Yeah. After a while, you know, the kids do some other shit, and Hatsu returns to the group. And what do you guys plan to do today? Just
I would
go
like to go
into some
to
shops?
some little shops. Maybe find like where you find like no devices like a clock or something.
Trinket general store?
Yeah, where it'd be clocks and stuff like that.
Yeah, you could find a watch store.
Because they have like gears and moving parts inside them, so I'd probably.
Yeah, they probably have some extras.
He is going to stop time.
After
Going to break the clock.
going around the place, you do find like a watch store. It says like Wilkinson's Watches.
It's just like a neat no place.
You enter.
Yep.
Yes.
You enter the store, and just as you enter, this small gnome, like his nose reaches your nose. Well, his small nose, his big nose, and like you like touch noses for a second. He's like, "Would you like to buy a watch? I have watches, you know. They are fair prices. Would you like to buy a watch? You came here for a watch, yes? This is Wilkinson Watches.
Oh, yes, I did come here for a watch.
Very good. I have watches.
What's your biggest one?
How big are you asking? You have very small wrists. You cannot fit a small watch upon a small wrist.
Yeah, I like them big.
What kind of watch are you looking for?
Just a regular little watch that tells time.
Yes, I have those. Yes, I sell watches. Yes.
Oh,
He sells watches.
is it even a word?
Igor! Get the watches! Igor!
The Igor. Why is it always Igor?
And this young half elf. He looks very tired of this fucking guy. And he walks in. Yes, Mr. Wilkins. Igor, did you get the watches? Yes, Mr. Wilkins. I got the watches.
He got the watches.
And Mr. Wilkins takes you to the counter, and Igor puts down the watches and various things, and you see all sorts of types. You see some like very complex ones. You see some very simple ones. You see some very expensive ones. You see some very boring ones. You see one that is just a piece of wood with some numbers on it.
For those who do not know what.
I'm guessing that one's like a sun clock.
It's an
No,
affordable watch.
it's not.
It's just a fucking budget watch.
It's like it's been drawn on. It's not.
Okay, so
Like a piece of string, a piece of wood, and then just some numbers on it.
Oh,
I
no.
would say either some of the cheap ones, but the cheap ones might have cheap parts that they break down. I don't want to go for an expensive one. Well, I might find one in the middle of that.
Okay, do an investigation check. You know, you examine the watches and such.
Making sure I find a watch that I find some watches I would like. Investigation. Luckily, I do have proficiency with that, so this 11 is now a 15 plus 4.
Ooh.
Wow, what a surprise! This man always rolls above 10. Anyway.
Asking.
You you look through the watches and you give them a little like listen to and all that stuff. And Mr. Wilkins is watching you intently, and Igor looks very bored. He's just staring off into space, thinking like, "Man, anything would have been better than this." But yes,
How wrong he is.
eventually you find a decent watch. It's there's different pieces to it, but it also seems very intricate and quite unique, but not something that would draw too much attention. Something that you could really call your own.
I like the look at this one. This one looks very nice.
Ah, yes, this is a watch that I sell that you can buy. It is a watch.
Yes, I'd like to buy this watch.
Very good. I sell watches.
Yes, you do. How much shall be this watch?
For this watch that I sell, that is a watch.
Yes. Yes.
This shall be, I would say 2 gold pieces, yes. For this
2
watch
gold.
that I sell, that is a watch.
Yes, yes. Here you go.
Thank you very much.
I give
Igor,
you 2 gold pieces.
Igor, put this in the safe. Yes. Yes, Mr. Wilkins, I shall put it in the safe. He just puts it in his pocket.
Man's making profit as we speak.
Play check.
Very well. Is there anything else you wish from my store that I sell watches from?
Have you got any spare little bits? Your watch shop, so I'm guessing you sometimes repair watches.
Yes, I can repair watches in my watch store where I sell watches.
Yes.
Do you have a watch that requires repairing? I see that you have a watch. I know this watch. I sold this watch. Do you require it to be repaired?
I don't need it repaired. No. I would like some of your spare bits.
What kind of bits are you looking for? You're looking for watch bits? Because I can sell watch pieces that I sell in my watch store.
Yes, if I know tight gears, no, all those type of little moving bits.
What do you say to you can have my my scrap bin for 2 gold pieces.
I want to see a scrap bin first.
Very well. You may see my scrap bin that I hold my scrap pieces for my scrap watches that I sell in the store.
Good.
Igor, get the scrap bin. And he reluctantly, walks over and he grabs this. It's like a little crate, and inside is, all sorts of bits and bobs, some watch straps, some gears, some glass bits, telling time bullshit. Just
I do like all this. Yes.
like springs and all that jazz.
Very excited. Happy goblin noises.
So what do you say? Do you wish to buy this scrap that I sell in my store, that I sell watches?
Oh yes, I'd love to buy the scrap for you sell in your store.
Very well. That requires 2 gold pieces.
Oh yes, and of course, here you go.
Very good.
This me.
Thank you very much. He takes the gold from you and he hands it to Igor, and the deal. He pockets it, and
gladly.
Man's making a killing.
Igor, I believe that this business has done us quite well in our financial state, which is good because for some reason we are dwindling in profits. Ah, yes, Mr. Wilkinson, it's very unfortunate.
Oh goodness.
He's making a fucking killing out here.
Oh no.
Sir, may I go to my break to the go? Mr. Wilkinson's like, yes, I believe it is time for lunch. Yes. Would you pick me up a sandwich, please?
Can
Yes.
I, before he leaves, I assume I wasn't deep in the shop. It's like, can I stop him?
Stop him
you'd
what? What?
Stop the half elf before he leaves.
Oh, yeah. You'd be wandering around in the back of the shop and stuff, and you stop him before he leaves, yeah?
Yeah, did I see him pocketing the thing?
Do a perception check,
Okay!
and he shall
He's been
do
doing
a
this
sleight of
for a
hand.
while.
I'll pray to the sisters for that.
Okay, well his
Okay.
sleight of hand sucks.
Wait. My perception is actually +2, which is not completely horrible.
Damn it.
Which makes it 19.
Yeah, you spot him pocketing it. What do you do?
Like before he leaves, I catch him by an arm and quietly say, "This is the last time you are doing it."
What? Going to the shop?
No, pocketing his thing. And I give him the look that, dude, I will come back and I will take your head off.
Do an intimidation check.
Okay, I think I've got an what? Do I have a advantage on it because I'm a freaking freak? Wait,
I don't know, do you?
Yeah, you look
wait, I need to check. I need
You
to check. Sorry.
really, yeah.
Okay, no, it's the third level. No, I guess I just have the proficiency. Is it proficient? Like intimidation? Yeah, it's +5.
Okay.
Okay, okay, it's charisma.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy, it's 17.
Yeah, you he's like shaking a bit, you know. He's like, okay. And he runs out and like before he runs out though, he runs in and you presume to like put the money away or something like that. And he says to Miss Wilkins, hey Miss Wilkins, Mr. Wilkins, you know how you say it about our profits? I just did some calculations and it turns out we're earning a lot more than we thought. Yes, that is very good. I believe that we would have sold more than with my watch store, yes.
In his watch store where he sells watches.
Igor kind of looks confused at Mr. Wilkins, but he's also making contact with you, Smolder, and he like kind of scoots out of the store, like avoiding you.
I watch his every step until he like hides from me, like from view.
Mm-hmm. He as soon as he's at the store, he like kind of like jogs off.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. I'm sure you use these bits to great deeds, I shall.
Yes, if you require any more watches, please come here at my watch store where I sell watches.
Will do. Hi. I give him a good wave and a big smile on my face as I the store.
Mm-hmm. You
I-
leave the watch store where you sell watches, and down the road you see Igor like running off. Well, a bit more chill now, but yeah. What do you guys do?
Did we want to do something else, like to go somewhere? Because we've seen the hippogriff. We bought you some baubles. Is there anything particular, like to see, like something local, like everybody knows about it, like touristy thing?
I don't really know this much about time.
I don't think there's. I'm not sure, but we might call the session here, and then
Yeah.
give time for people to think of stuff, and then we can also just
Cool.
So yeah, that was a very fun session, guys, and I hope you
Very
Yeah.
nice.
also had
Thank
fun.
you.
I have to remember, Mr. Wilson.
Where I sell watches.
His store where he sells watches and watch parts.
Mr.
Like
Wilson.
we will remember
Where he
this
makes
forever
money.
well. We will remind you of it all the time.
If we ever come back here, we have to make a visit there. We have to buy you all watches.
Yes, yes, yes.
The store where he sells watches for money and profit.
And then
Again, I'm still having a fucking bro moment that you mentioned Jamal as Chris shows up.
That was such fucking fortunate timing, but it was totally unscripted and unplanned.
it's just like,
It was amazing.
It's almost as if, like, his spirit is watching down upon you.
It's almost like a fucking ghost joined the chat,
What's
dude.
his character?
His character was Jamal.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You're in the
Because this is a sequel to another thing.
Yeah.
called Gluttonous Earth.
Mm-hmm. And
The Earth was very hungry.
it was.
So it ate and ate.
But they stopped it somehow.
But by the looks of it, no, we did not.
Well, apparently
Wait,
they did, but
it's-
just something else
maybe-
is in the land.
Stopped it, but it's like things didn't go out as planned.
Yeah.
But yeah, very fun session, guys, and I hope to see you in 2 weeks because I think being session next week. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well, she was in voice chat above.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw.
she is. She's back now.
Yeah.
okay. I found another picture for Wab to illustrate his lying on the bed. Here you go, sadist.
Aww.
Yeah.
Those cat
this
pictures,
is-
I just start melting when I